Our first video. Our first podcast video.
Right.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel good. I'm excited. A little nervous.
Yeah, a little bit nervous, but it's actually like bittersweet.
Yeah.
I'm so happy because nobody knows. Like, this was actually fast, pretty fast. Like, a lot of people they talk and they don't. Like, I feel like we did pretty good.
We
honestly.
did. We literally
got the logo.
Right. We literally had one conversation about this, and then was just like, all right, the next week we're filming. We're doing what we need to do.
And I love that for us, though.
I love that too.
Because I know a lot of people are waiting for it. So that's another thing, too. Like,
exactly.
And it's just time to get deep, I feel
It is. And you know what? Yeah, like it's time to open up certain conversations. It's time to just, we don't have time to wait.
At all.
We've been waiting.
The Black community, wake up. Because
Exactly.
this is what this is for, the Black community.
Exactly.
But also, it's open to anybody that wants to understand.
Learn, grow with us, learn with us.
Right.
Because that's what we're here for.
Right.
We're still learning, we're still growing. But
we have a lot of topics, but the first one, of course, we have to start with us being a Black woman.
Right, of course. Like,
because
what
that's
else?
What it is.
Exactly.
Me, I'm Black. So
right. Exactly.
There's no denying it, baby.
Right. Not at all. And not that we would want to.
And this melanin is free.
I love that.
It's free.
I love that.
It's free.
We didn't have to do nothing for it.
Never.
It's natural.
All year round.
We love it.
I do love it. Mm-hmm. So speaking of Black women, I think today's podcast/video should be the truth of being a Black woman in Massachusetts.
Yes. I love that. Right. I love that so much because I feel like that's something that is not really talked about a lot. It's not really shown. I feel like
is it even talked about though?
At all?
Like,
not
seriously?
Really. No.
And like nowhere. I'm gonna emphasize on like two Black American women though.
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference.
Yeah. And I think especially because where we're from, a lot of the Black people that are around us are not Black Americans.
And then people always ask, "But where are you from?"
Right.
There's no answer.
People here don't know what African American means.
It's like, I'm not an alien.
Right. Like, did you not take the same history class that I took?
Right.
Like, not that it was that informational or good, but
this is also the reason why we're doing this, because we too have a purpose. Even being from here, like, you can't help where you're from, and this is just what it is. But we do have a voice. 2 mics,
facts,
2 tones.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, that's so real, because I feel like too, like, a lot of the times we get scared to like really open up about our experiences, especially, I know for me, being from Massachusetts, you feel like you're not really involved in like that, like typical African American experience, like how it is down south and stuff.
Exactly.
And it's like you feel like you're not hip, or you feel like you're not like, oh, I didn't know about that. But it's like, it's not our fault. Like, we can't help where we're from, like you said. And so I feel like I love the fact that we're doing this so we can, talk about these
and
things.
it's a great starting video, because I bet a lot of people have questions, and the questions that we're gonna ask you that we don't know. Picked. Exactly. So that's another thing too. Yeah. So if we run into the same question, that's fine.
Yeah. Today is just all about like really just diving deep about our own experiences. We want to like kind of lift up that like blanket so that now everyone feels like they can get under. Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Women, to me, are superior, and that's just my opinion. I'm not saying anybody else is less than. I'm saying this Black woman, being Black, your skin tone, all that is rich to me.
It's like, super rich. It's super rich. It's something that like you can't even explain. It's just that feeling of like
being Black is beautiful. Yeah. Period.
Literally.
No matter what tone, just being Black is beautiful, and I think it's best that we like emphasize that too, because a lot of young kids in the society that we grew up in, they teach us why we should hate our skin, why we should hate our hair, why we should hate our culture,
or trying to dictate what's beautiful and what isn't, trying to put us into like this box.
And like we said, we're going to define Blackness on our own terms.
Exactly.
Not what somebody else says, but what we say because I am Black.
Exactly.
And I know what it's like to be a Black young woman in Massachusetts. So I'm speaking for myself. Exactly. And Miss Graham is speaking for herself as well. Okay. So does that lead us into the topic? Yeah. Okay. So Miss Graham's gonna start.
Okay. Ooh, so nerve-wracking. Okay, so my first question to you, Miss Lewis, is is I'm trying to think.
I know they're so good. I'm a little nervous.
Okay. So my question to you, Miss Lewis, is how has growing up here in Massachusetts shaped your sense of identity, and how do you think it's different from being Black in other states?
Okay, that's a good one. Starting off strong already.
I know. I'm so sorry. I had to.
So, I think you have to say that question one more time.
All right, we're gonna have to repeat it for those who didn't get it. How has growing up here in Massachusetts shaped your own sense of identity, and how do you think it's different from being Black in other states?
Well, for one, I feel like being Black, especially being a Black child in Massachusetts in the school systems, it's so much harder than being a Black child or a Black woman or man down south. I'm just gonna put down south only because down south is where a lot of Black people are.
It's predominantly.
Right, and that's where a lot of Black people excel, like Black businesses out there. And out there, it's like the norm is to embrace Blackness, but up here, I feel like it's not taught the same way as that. Like down there, having Black professors is probably normal.
Yeah, or teachers in general. Like
up here, I can count. I had like 3 Black teachers ever, and I've been in school for like
right. I've had 3. Just they were just in the school. Like that's not even teachers, but just people I could look to and say, okay, they're Black too. Right. I can go confide in them.
But then also too, when you look at it, like there were Black males and like 1 Black woman, but the Black males are married to white women. So it's kind of like that's the norm out here. For instance, like a successful Black man will be with a white woman, and a successful Black man down there will be with a Black woman. That's the difference.
That's
I feel like. And I'm not saying for everybody because there is some interracial couples everywhere. But I'm just saying, like, what I've seen here, most successful Black men are with white women. So even that, also, what does that tell a young Black girl like me? Like, we're not good enough, or like us too.
Even our own community is kind of going against us.
Right. And it's like, that's just what it is. That's the norm. And getting taught like my hair is nappy, or why am I wearing weave, or I'm too dark. All those things was what I've been through in elementary school, a little bit high school, and that's just what the norm is. And I feel like my identity, as you get older, you start to stick up. Like what's right is right, and what's wrong was wrong. And me, I've just started loving myself as a Black woman. Like maybe like COVID 2020, I actually finally was like, you know what, being Black is special, and being Black it is good, and it's great, and I love being Black, and I wouldn't wish myself to be any other way. But that's just what it is.
But it took time. Like it's not like you grew up. You had to learn that for yourself. It wasn't something like growing up here that you could just accept right off the bat.
No.
Like, and that's the crazy thing about growing up here is that you're literally taught not to accept yourself. And you had to teach yourself that on your own.
My own time.
Once you literally were able to realize, like, dang,
this is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I should love myself. When you see the Black dolls, I don't know. I think I always had white dolls. So that played a big role too. And then my friends around me, they weren't, I don't know. I didn't really have that much Black friends growing up. I always had like Hispanic friends. They had long hair, stuff like that.
And that's the thing that we've talked about too, is I feel like a lot of communities in Massachusetts are predominantly white, but the ones that we grew up in, I would say, I don't know if you agree, but are predominantly like Hispanic
That's
populations. So it's like we still, even though we were around people of color, we weren't around like our own people of color.
Exactly.
Like our own group. So it was still like we're trying to fit into something that's just not us.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
And I guess that leads me to my question to Miss Graham. And are you ready?
Yeah.
I have a lot of options.
A little nervous.
Okay, this one's a good one. What do you think the world gets wrong about young Black women?
Ooh. What do I think the world gets wrong? I would say that there's a lot of these ideas that young Black women are loud, or that they, there's a certain type, like I hear so much, and maybe this is a little bit off, but what I hear so much, especially down here, is like, oh, there's not a lot of Black women, or they always do this, or they always do that, or they're to this, they're to that. And it's like, I feel like what we get wrong, and I guess what I should have originally said is, I've never seen any other group have to really fit into a certain stereotype the way that Black women do. That's like true. It, like I said, it's always, oh, they're too loud, but then it's like, okay, but if we're too quiet, then we're trying to be whitewashed. Or they're too ratchet, they dress like this, but if I don't dress like that, then I don't love myself, I don't love my culture, I don't love being Black, I'm trying to be like the white girl, I'm trying to wear Lululemon and whatever.
Right.
Maybe I just like the brand. It's true. And I don't wear Lululemon personally, but I'm just saying in general, like anything, I could be wearing Victoria's Secret, and it's like, okay, I'm trying to be white, but
it's like,
no, like
they keep us in a box. Like they want us to be in a specific box.
Yeah.
We have to act a specific way.
Yeah.
Do specific things, like specific things.
Yeah, and it's like, even with the media, like, and that's something we've talked about too before, is like the way that we're I guess I don't know the right word right now, but like showcased in the media is like, we have to be this specific way. And I think that does get into people's mind, and that does stick, and that does create this narrative that this is just how Black women are. Right. But it's like, no, I can also be soft. I don't have to always be strong and intimidating and be this, like, this person who has walls and has to just be one way. Like, I can be feminine and be soft, and
right,
and just like,
and there
really
is Black women that are like that.
Yes.
Like, I don't know why there's a stigma that Black women aren't feminine.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Thank you.
I don't know who said that.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Like, it doesn't make sense. And it's bothersome to me. And then it's like they want us to be that way. They want us to be strong and all these things. But then you hear men, like I hear men in my life at least, always saying like, we don't want a woman who's too independent. We don't want. So it's just like, where do we draw the line? Like, you guys expect all of this, but then it's like you know, no matter what.
Want a woman that's too independent, or do you want a submissive woman that doesn't tell you right from wrong? That's the difference.
Thank you.
Like, be real. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you say something, make sure you say all the reasons behind it. Don't just say you don't want or Black woman, they're too independent. Right. No, the real reason is you want a woman that bows down, but you know a Black woman would never put up with those games. Exactly. So you go with the scapegoat, whoever that is for you. That's just what it is.
Thank you. I'm glad you said it.
Because it's the truth.
Right.
You can't say that. And it's like, that doesn't even make sense. You know
it doesn't. I mean? And it's bothersome, because it's like, I'm tired of hearing that narrative. I'm tired of hearing the excuses of, oh, I don't date Black women because this, and that. No, you have an ego problem, and you don't like women who, will stick up for themselves and say, no, that's BS.
Exactly. Like, so you go where it's safer for you. Right. And that's
and
I never
where
cared.
And I feel like sometimes your comfort lies the most in where you're uncomfortable. And I think a lot of like people, I would say Black men specifically, because I feel like that's kind of who we're targeting.
That's what we know too.
Yeah. Like, the men around here.
We know already, like Black men, like we have like close experiences. Yes. We know men in our life. Yes. The Black men that think this way.
Yes. So it's like people don't recognize that like what I said, sometimes your comfort does lie in your uncomfortability, and I don't think a lot of people want to get to that point where they're able to get uncomfortable in order to get comfortable.
Say it louder. Yeah. Correct.
And that's something that really bothers me. So yeah, I would say
that's great. I love everything that she said. You guys take it in, please.
Exactly. Please. Okay. I'm gonna ask this. I think it's a little bit lighter, but I feel like it's a good question to ask. So, who or what made you proud to be Black growing up?
This is a good question.
Yeah.
But I actually have a few people, and I'm just gonna shout it out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shout, of course, my mother, number one, Latoya Lewis.
Mama!
My mom.
I can't wait to meet you.
I'm gonna save that for later and tell of it. Diane Langford, very big. Danielle Delgado, Celeste, Price, and there's definitely a lot of other people too as well. But those are just my mentors and the Black woman that actually helped kind of raise me. But my mom, I can say my mother, because every label that they put on Black woman, she's overcame. And I feel like that just shows me, like, if she's great, I can be great, despite all the trials, tribulations, and all she's got thrown at her as a kid or in life. She's overcame that. And I'm just like, it represents the resilience in Black women. Black women, they do strive for the best, and they will find a way. And my mom is proof of that. So I'm just thankful, and I'm just so happy for her. And that's the reason why I'm proud to be Black, and she's very Black and proud. And I love that about her.
I love that. I love that you're able to say it. Like, that's such a beautiful thing, to be able to, like, look at someone who has had so many struggles, and especially like your mom, like, and be able to look at her and say, like, you overcame that, and what everything on top of the struggles you may have already had, you've probably had certain ideas and opinions, stigmas, whatever, stereotypes put on you. So there's that, and she was able to overcome that, and now, like, you're able to see. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. No,
exactly. It's just like, for Black women, what they say, it's not just even for Black women, but they said, like, if you grew up basically without a dad, or like my mom did have her dad, but he died at her young age. A mom, she typically raised herself, but like all those labels they put on, they don't expect you to grow from that. They expect you to use that as an excuse on why you can't excel. But my mother used that as
fuel,
a reason to do better. You know what I mean? Some people take excuses and use it as an actual look. People take their life experience and use it as an excuse. My mom took that as a reason on why she needs to be better. And every day I thank her for that, because she's just stepping out of what society thinks of Black women, or you know what I mean? It's like, also stop victimizing yourself. Everybody has a sad story. Life is hard. I think the whole world has a sad story at this point. But just because you have a sad story doesn't mean the world is going to be kind to you. Yeah. I'm sorry. That just is what it is.
I'm glad you said that. And this is something that's a little bit hard for me to say, but I'm going to say it because I feel like it's important to say. But I think it's important to note the differences, because I feel like it's beautiful that, like, your mom, like, knowing everything that is already put against her, she was able to do that. And not even if there wasn't nothing, just the fact that she's able to accomplish so much in general, no matter what, doesn't matter the struggle, nothing, didn't let the excuses get to her, and was able to do that. And I feel like I want to highlight the difference in the fact that, like, my mom's white, and like and I love my mom, so I don't want this to seem bad, like, of course, but I feel like it's important to say on here and, like, really highlight, to also address certain stereotypes, because I feel like I've watched my mom just make excuses and fall into that, and that's what is, like, the fire under me, like, motivating me to not be that way. And so I feel like there's this idea that, like, oh, Black people, they make excuses for themselves. They do this, they do that. White people, we don't do that. We don't, but it's like, to see, you know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
Like, to
You're
see the
saying
difference.
like it's a difference, but then you also could see it's not just Black people.
Yeah.
Everybody has struggles, but for some reason society wants to just focus on the Black person, the
Yeah.
Black man, the Black woman.
Yeah.
If you have a struggle, God forbid.
Right.
They don't care.
Right.
They let like another person have a struggle.
And they'll help you through that
forgiving,
struggle. They'll be
bit.
yeah.
They're more like
exactly. They'll be empathetic to that struggle.
Right.
But then, you know, Black people, it's like, oh, you have to work for that. Nobody's gonna help you. You need to get up and do better.
Right.
You need to stop, you know, like it's like a tough love type thing, but it's really, there's no love in that. But
Right.
it's just, but then with other groups, they kind of get a little bit of leeway in certain areas.
It's like, why is that though?
Right.
But then also in the Black community too, we have to stop victimizing ourselves too. That's another thing. Like, I realize I'm not my past. I'm present right now. What I've been through, I already overcame it.
Say it louder.
You know I mean? Right. So it's like I can't keep using the past for an excuse on why I can't do better.
Facts.
Either. Like, I'm the author of my own story. Like, my life, I'm the 100%. Like,
right. The page was already turned. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm the author. I know what's going to happen next. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I am capable of controlling what's going to happen next.
And if something does happen that maybe threw me off course, I know that I can bounce back. I know that I can find my way.
Get back up. And I feel like as a Black woman, we're getting on that topic. Exactly. We're already on that topic. Because of society, I was already learned that you need to get kind of exactly. Like, so that's why I'm never stuck nowhere, because it's like either way, as a Black woman, you are already taught to get through things immediately. Kind of. The world doesn't stop. Yeah. When you're sad or like when something happens, like when tough things happen to me, I still get up and still continue, because it's already being Black is already enough. That's already enough. You already got to struggle. You got to prove yourself 1,000 times to someone to feel accepted. And it's just like, why would I sit there and be sad when I can get up and keep going? You know what I mean? The world's not going to stop.
I agree. And I love that you said that, because I feel like that's something that really needs to be talked about. Right. Really needs to be said, because it's so like exalted. I feel like this idea that like, oh, like I like just all these excuses. Like I hear people say all the time, like, you know, I grew up with nothing. I grew up with okay. So don't let that be a reason for why you're not doing for yourself. Right. Let that be a reason for why you're going to get up and go do something for yourself. Right. Let that be a reason why you're going to excel in school.
Say it louder.
Let that be a reason why you're going to go get that job. Let that be a reason why you're going to go save up to buy your own car. Like let that be a reason for you to go out and do something, instead of letting that be the reason you sit and wallow.
Because nobody feels bad for you.
Exactly.
That's just life.
Literally.
Get up and go.
And they're literally not going to.
Nobody. Exactly. That's
like,
exactly why
they're not.
When I go through stuff, I don't feel bad for myself either.
Right.
And it's like, I'm, as a Black woman too, I also have to learn this myself. Be kind to yourself. Yes. Please. Like, we're not made out of steel.
Yes.
You can sit and be sad and go through those emotions. Like, please do not. Mental health is everything.
I agree.
Please do not avoid figuring out what the problem is and getting up. Like, mental health is very important. And sometimes I think to myself too, like, I can't just get up and go sometimes. Yes. That's the truth.
I'm glad you said that too, because yes, we're saying don't make excuses for yourself, but sometimes you just, yes, there should always be a balance. There's going to be days where you feel like crap and you don't want to get up.
And that's the truth.
Right. And, you know, sometimes you do need a rest day. It's the same way if I'm working out in the gym 5 times a week, I need Saturday and Sunday to rest so that I can excel again in the gym for the next 5 days, you know? There should always be a balance, and I think that's a beautiful thing that you just said.
Because
I'm really glad you brought that up.
Probably getting a little bit ahead of myself.
Right. We're getting a little too strong-minded,
But I'm just saying, like, even though it gets hard, at one point you have to get up and let that be sooner rather than it be later.
Exactly. I definitely do.
Yeah. So that leads me to the next question to Miss Graham. Guys, everything's just flying around.
Thanks, we're all over the place.
I actually like this one. This one's a good one because, I don't know, you'll see.
Okay.
What have you learned about Blackness from each other? Like, what have you learned? I like that a lot. Honestly.
I love that too.
I love it.
Because I feel like meeting you, it's literally been so long, but I feel like meeting you has already made me feel so comfortable in myself in so many ways.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
No, it's so true though, because I feel like,
and I literally can say the same thing about you.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Literally.
But even like the last time we were having a conversation and you asked me like I forget the specific question, but and I tried to like go around it and be like, well, you know, my pain is not the biggest pain or whatever.
I remember the question.
And I feel like,
so let me tell them the question. Yeah. So the question I asked Zoe was like, being light skinned in, I guess, Massachusetts, like, what is that like for you? And she tried to like not really show how she really felt, because in society we are meant to not like each other. Like she's meant to be intimidated by me, and I'm meant to envy her. Yeah, but that's not. That was so good. And it's like that's not what it is, because we're both Black women, and if we do believe that, then we will not win. And I think we want to see each other win. Exactly. Period. So she was trying to dump it down. Yeah. But she's going to continue.
But you were just like, no, like at the end of the day, like the only way we're going to be able to grow is if you recognize like your own pain, and I can't feel no type of way about that, because at the end of the day you're going to express I'm going to express my pain, and like we have no choice but to accept each other. Right. And because in the whole point of this podcast too is to highlight different experiences and just show light, shine light on any experience and say this is valid. Right. And so I feel like in that respect, I feel like meeting you has helped me to just feel more comfortable in myself and feel like, okay, I am Black. And now every day I wake up and I'm just like, yes, I'm Black woman. Yes, I'm mixed. And like, and I can accept that. Like for a long time, it's like, oh, like I don't want people to know I'm mixed, because then it's like, oh, you're white girl,
right? And then also, I think you kind of felt like I was probably gonna be like, well, you're light skinned, so yeah, it's a controversial. You thought I was probably gonna be like, well, that's not that serious because I'm dark, and I guess you're more liked by the world, so yeah, your points are valid. Yeah, but it's like we're both Black women, and although we might not have the same adversities directly, there's still adversities. Yes. Period. Like just because she's light and I'm dark does not mean that her struggles are less than mine or mine's are more than hers. Yeah, and I think that's what I like about us, the dynamic too, because there is a lot of things that even as individuals, like her being light and me being dark, that we go through on our own. Yeah. But we also have to like fit in and like squeeze in little lines and not say, and kind of like reserve back from what we say. And I don't think it should be like that.
I don't think so either. And I think that's something that like already knowing you and like being able to hang out with you and stuff, like I feel like that's something we've kind of addressed immediately. Yeah. Right. And like kind of just like we're just gonna put it all out there, like you know, and we want to uncover these things. We want to go beyond the surface, and that's something we've been doing since we first met each other. Literally, and that's
crazy to me.
Literally, like
it's so natural.
Literally, it's so natural. The first time we met, it was so unintentional. I walked into the library room or whatever.
That's literally exactly what happened. And literally, I'm like this. She was already in my political science class. I'm like, this girl's smart, and I like that about her. And honestly, to be honest, I didn't even know you were mixed. Really? Yeah, I didn't. I thought you were just a lighter Black. Like I don't know.
People always say that to me.
I thought you were like I would assume like maybe your mom's maybe light and your dad's dark. But like I thought you were Black, so I don't know. You people are Black, always, but I'm just saying, like I thought you were like me, just lighter.
Yes, so. And bro, people always say that to me, but no, I'm mixed. But that's the beautiful thing about that is like we're able to bring different perspectives onto the podcast. And even in our own conversations and everything, like I have a different perspective, you have a different perspective, we're able to bring that together, yes, and be like, oh, like this is how it is, or whatever. Yeah. And I would say also too, the question was about our friendship, right? Like how our friendship, I feel like another thing just to like go on more about like comfortability, I feel like I was just telling you like how like I feel like growing up, um and we've talked about this too, like where it's like when you choose to have certain relationships, like you're choosing to either learn about yourself or having to dip into learning about somebody else, and that kind of does take away from you in a little bit, and not in a bad way. Like it's beautiful to get to know different people, but sometimes when you're choosing who's like really close to you, like, and especially for me, like it's important for me to know about my heritage. It's important for me to learn more about myself and like all those things. And I feel like I haven't really had that a lot in my life because there's not a lot of Black people in Massachusetts, right, and especially African Americans. Right. So it's hard to find that, and so like finding you and meeting you and like us being able to like talk about these things.
It was a full circle moment.
Yeah, like it was really. I literally was just crying tears of joy after like,
and it's literally, it was an instant connection, yeah, too, as literally. Well, and I literally enjoyed it. But like, I think I'm answering the question too now, but that's okay. That's the natural. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I feel like also being a Black woman too, yeah, it's so hard to actually be yourself with someone that doesn't really understand you. Like being in friend groups, I was always kind of the only dark one, and also I think the only Black one. Yeah. So it's kind of like, when they all like know something because it's not between them, but like that's their culture. Yes. I would always not know what, like, how do I even because they're not me and I'm not them, but like exactly. They know each other,
and they get it. And that's the thing is like when you meet somebody, like it's when you like, okay, when I see someone who's Black, I get excited. It's the same way when I see that one Black teacher, I get happy. Right. Because, okay, someone who's going to connect to me, I can connect to them. So it's the same in friendships. Like if two people, like a lot of my friends are Hispanic, so when they have their jokes and they are able to talk to each other, like that's a beautiful thing that they're able to connect in that way, but like, and they're able to see each other and be like, you get it.
Like you see me, I see you. Yeah. And a lot of my friendship, they weren't Black. So it's like, but with Zoe, she sees me and I see her. And I'm not just talking about us like visually. Yes. I'm saying you see me for being a Black woman. Yes. I see you for being a Black woman, and I don't have to dip myself down as a Black woman. I can just be me, fully Black, authentic. But it's kind of hard when you're just the only Black one. It's kind of hard to like be you and actually kind of like at least be quiet a little bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I like how like I can just talk and I feel heard.
Yeah, exactly. Really like that. And we can address certain things like that other people might look at us and be like, what? Like that's something I've kind of struggled with a lot, is like sometimes I do hold back certain conversations because I know that they're not going to get it. But I know that I can bring that up to you and you're going to get it.
Right. And like I just got it right now. Exactly. You didn't have to say too much either. I already know.
Literally.
Oh, okay. That was a good one, though.
That was a good one. That was a great question. Okay. Ooh, I actually have a question I want to ask.
She's trying to get me all.
Yeah, I got a question. I'm trying to find it. Ooh, okay. I feel like this is a good one. Okay. What do you wish more people understood about how colorism really affects relationships and self-image?
That's a good one. That's a really good one. And I'm going to speak realistically from me. And this is, like I said, this is my own experience. I'm not speaking for anybody else in the Black community. I'm speaking for me, what I've actually did. And this is actually a big one. And it's like, she's asking me questions like, have I even healed from that yet? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, this gets deep.
We're in the process, though.
This stems all the way back to elementary school, like I was saying, like getting picked on for being dark, getting picked on for my natural hair, I guess, nappy. What else? Being like, Black women are loud, they're ghetto, they're ratchet, they're uneducated. And if you like, I know, like, what else? It's just so deep because it's like, this is not little stuff. This is little stuff that makes it bigger. Yeah. So to be truthful and to be 100% real, nobody could cancel me because I'm broke. So I don't care. No, I do care. I'm joking. Right. But like colorism plays a big role, like especially like how I viewed myself and then how I viewed Black men. Yeah. Was not okay. Like now, like I'm older, it really wasn't okay because I had resentment like towards my own people, meaning I would never date a Black man. That's what I said to myself. Like I'm never dating a Black man. And also too, because growing up in elementary school, the guys that would be saying this to me were Black. So it kind of like made me not really like Black men. I had like my own opinion, and a lot of people can say this because I was really open about it. Like I won't date a Black man. I won't, because I feel like I wasn't accepted by them either way. For one. For two, you guys are trying to tell me that like I'm not like cute or like not attractive. So I didn't look their way because it's like I'm not gonna look a way that where I'm not accepted. Exactly. You know what I mean? So I already felt that way, resentment growing up. Yeah. So what I do, my first boyfriend was white. Yeah. And honestly, this was the reason why I dated him, because I said, oh, I would never date a Black boy. So I really didn't care. You know what I mean? Yes. Like I'm gonna be with the white man. Yeah. I don't want to be with a Black boy because you guys say this to me and I feel a way, but instead of like getting help or like not even thinking that way, there could have been more steps that I could have took. Yeah. Instead of just thinking that way. You know what I mean?
And I feel like it kind of plays into like, I know how we always say like there's a reason behind everything. We may not like that reason, but there is a reason for everything. And sometimes it's like, and we're like, when you're young, you don't know that. You just say, okay, this is what's happening, so this is what it is. But like, there's a deeper meaning behind a Black man, you know, not fully acknowledging a Black woman, and vice versa. You know, there's deeper meanings behind that.
And that would also like be like, oh well, I don't want my kids to be Black. I don't want Black kids because I don't want the hair to be nappy. But that's all because what I grew up hearing. Yeah. And I did not want that, and I started not to like myself. Yeah. It's like my hair is nappy. I don't want my kid to go through the same thing that I've been through and get called ugly because I'm dating a black man, and that's having kids is 100% controllable. So I know that my next man is either going to be white or Hispanic because they need to have the good hair, the good genetics. You know what I mean? So that plays a big role on like dating, even some friendships too. Like also saying all that stuff to cause you to resent other Black women too. Yeah. As well, because it's hate.
Yeah. And like when you feel some way about yourself, it's easy to point it out about somebody else. Like I know when I was my most insecure, I would point out all of my insecurities that I seen in other people, you know, and I see it all the time when people have their own like, you know, things.
And that's deep because the world is literally, and it's like not even that the world, it's specifically the Black community that hates on within our own community. And I think that's wrong. And it's like, we're all Black, you know what I mean? But it's like, is the reason why you don't think Black women are cute because of your own insecurities? Like, because your hair is nappy, maybe. It's not because of me. Like, I'm not, I wish I could tell myself, like, it's not because of me, it's because of who you are and what they've seen growing up. It's all like domino
and
effect.
It's all,
like, exactly. You know what I mean? Because even like, I love my mom and I don't want to shade her. And like, but like, this is real. My mom loves Hispanic guys. That's just what it is. Yeah. And I'm the only sibling on both sides that's fully Black. And my mom did used to say things like, I don't want your hair's nappy, so you have to get yours permed. And then my siblings that have the nice curly hair, they didn't get it permed because my mom spent longer on my hair in the morning when she wanted to hurry up and go. Yeah. And my dad also too, like he wouldn't spend time doing my hair because it was too thick, too nappy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of like also it stems within the household. Like you guys, also my loved ones also taught me not to like myself. Yes. Too. But I also have cousins that think the same way. I mean, all of my uncles are married to white women. Yeah. My cousins are married to white women. So this is all I've seen growing up. Is like, so are we not enough? That's what I always like. We're not enough because am I only enough for a bad Black?
Yeah. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Or like, am I supposed to lower my standards in order to find something?
A good Black man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, if I do like a good Black man, they like not they don't like me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's difficult. But like as I got older and I did do my self identity thing, I realized like how I thought about that is wrong. And that just means I need therapy or I need to really sit down and see what the root of it is. The root of it is that men, women of color that think that way is because of a reason. Like what's taught at home. Like,
and I'm glad you said that because like having to get to the root of the issue because we always like look at like the branch on the tree or whatever, but like there really is like genuine like things that were rooted within us that we were taught, and I feel like I can understand that as well. And like the part specifically where you're saying how like seeing who everyone around you is dating, it affected you and like who you thought.
So I thought like if all my cousins were white, well, I'm gonna date a white guy, and I felt more accepted by the black community when I was with him because it's an image, it's a status to be true. Like,
that's so real.
A black and black couple, nobody will look at them as a white and a black couple. And I felt that way too in my relationship. Everybody thought it was perfect because he was white and I was black, but it's like that's not real. And truthfully, no matter what you look like, there's flaws in every kind of race, not just black. So, there's a bigger problem. Like, you know what I mean? No matter what. And I just felt like when I was with a white guy though, I felt more seen and more loved only because he liked my blackness more than my own people. And that's really the problem.
And it's kind of like when we do see like interracial relationships, especially black women with white men, I feel like a lot of time we look at it like, oh, that's like a big like not a big, I don't know how to explain it, but dang, I had it in my head. But it's like
that's what I want.
It's viewed as like
it's like that's the expectations. Like
like it's viewed as like, okay, he's hip, he's cool.
And I don't like that, to be honest with you. Either. Like now that I'm out, like I don't like that because my thing is why can't I be a strong black woman and be with a strong black man? Yes. Like why can't I get that same love? You know what I mean? Like
and it's bothersome. And especially really because I grew up hearing all the time like, like and like I always would be like, but why? Like I don't understand why every man I know is with a white woman and every like black woman I know is with a white man. That's literally my whole family as well. Mm-hmm. And I always question it, and I got tired of hearing the like, oh, there's just no black woman around here.
But there's then also when I look at it, when we look at it deeper and analyze it, the reason why you like white women is probably because what happened at home, your mother, absent father, mom worked 5 times a week, so your mom had masculine traits because your mom had to take out the trash because your dad wasn't home.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then there's that ego thing with a lot of black men, and this is no shade, no shade, okay? This is all love right here. Right. But there is a certain ego that black men have where they feel like they need to prove their
dominance.
Yes, they need to prove that masculinity, and it's because for a long time, many years, black men were emasculated, and black women did have to take on that more masculine role, and so it's like there's that intimidation of like, I want to be dominant over my woman. I want my woman to want to rely on me. But a lot of black women, they only rely on themselves. They can't rely on anybody else.
And it's like, I shouldn't have to. Like, okay, everybody wants a man. Yes, I do. Like, you know what I mean?
Everyone wants that loving relationship.
I'm not saying you should depend on your man. Your man should be reliable. If we're getting married, I'm relying on you. But I'm also saying, like, if you was to go the next day, I'm going to make sure I have the rent times 3. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, so it's kind of like we can depend on each other, but I don't, like, it's not a necessity thing. Yeah, like, it's just like this is a beautiful thing where we're able to experience each other, but we don't need to need each other, we shouldn't need each other.
Exactly. And it's like that gets deeper into other stuff.
And we're gonna have an episode about this.
We don't want to get too off track, but that's a great question. I'm happy that you asked me that. Because honestly, we gotta call it for what it is. The reason why it was like that for me is because what I've seen growing up. Yeah. And everybody's different, but this is just my experience. Exactly. And also, don't judge a book by its cover. Just because you see a black girl with a white man does not mean that they have the best life. Right. Or if you see a black guy with a white woman doesn't mean that they're perfect.
Right.
So,
or that they're all accepting and loving of everyone and all
everything happens behind closed doors,
facts.
So, okay, my next question for Miss Graham. She got deep. I think it's only right if I do the same.
I'm a little nervous.
Okay. There are times when your skin tone gave you privilege or made you feel excluded within the Black community.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes, I'll speak on both of those separately. I'll say first off, when it comes to privileges, I've definitely gotten privileges for being light skinned, like without a doubt. And I would say, especially like we were just talking about dating,
right?
And I feel like that is something that I was told a lot growing up, and that's something I've always like low key. I would just be like, that makes no sense to me, but like especially like my dad will say to me or like oh like um black men do favor light skinned women, and I would just be like, I don't love that. Like even though I am light skinned, like it is very bothering because I think black women are just dark skinned black women, I'll say that, are just.
And also, it's like, why does our skin tone define? Like, why is our skin tone just a big role? Why can't I just be, you like me for me?
Yes.
Not because I beg that this a lot too. Like, also, I like you, but
yes,
no, if you don't say the but,
don't
just
say the
leave
but,
it.
because that's the thing too that bothers me as well. And I'm glad you mentioned that because it's like when like why do we date or even have friendships, like we judge each other and who we decide to be friends with based on like looks, and like you said, don't judge a book by its cover, but it's like why do we do that? Like we should be judging based off character. Like it shouldn't matter if a person isn't the most like beautiful breathtaking thing, or their skin might be a little bit darker, their skin might be a little too light. Like why are we worried about that? Like
and who are we to define beautifulness too?
Yes, like, beauty is subjective. Beauty is literally subjective. What I might find to be the most amazing looking thing, you might be like, oh, like that's not, and that's okay. Life, yes, and that's okay. And so that's definitely, I would say, like a privilege that I've had, like in being light skinned, is I might get a little bit more. Not might. I'm gonna be real. I probably do get more attention in that regard because I am light skinned.
Right.
And what was the other one?
The other one was.
And other privileges, I'm trying to think.
Or made you feel excluded within the Black community.
Yeah. I would say, and maybe it's not even that I've actually been excluded, but I've like excluded myself.
Right.
If that makes sense. Cause it is scary sometimes to feel like, like I feel like a lot of mixed kids talk about this, not feeling like, oh, like I can't really fully understand this. Like especially like you like talking about your experience with like your Black mom, like I don't have a Black mom, and like that's a Black experience, but like I don't have that experience, and I can't pretend like I do. Like I feel like a lot of the times growing up I felt like I had to like try and fit myself into something that was not me. Right. And like that's not my experience, and that's okay. Like I have a different experience, and yes, but I also have a Black dad, so like I guess I still have certain Black experiences as well, but I don't need to act like this is my experience because it's not. Right. And I don't need to feel less adequate because that's not my experience. Correct. So I would say, and as also the fact that like wait, what was it again? Like basically like excluded. Yeah. Yes, that was the word. I would say also as well, like because it's very typical that the dads aren't the most like educational and informational when it comes to culture and heritage. Like a lot of people will say like, oh, I can tell a mixed kid with a black mom. Oh,
I said that. I think I said that too.
Yeah, you did.
I said, like, oh, that's a little bit strange because I can tell the difference between who has a white mom. It's because I have cousins that have white moms, and I know how they act. They act so different towards, like so different than me that I notice.
Yes, like, you just know. Yeah, and like, so I feel like yes, my dad, and he's not like wrong for this. Like my dad is very like on like we talk so much about all these things and like, but there's still just certain things that men don't care about. There's certain like just the loving natural aspects of having like a black mom that like I didn't get or like whatever, like I don't know. But I would say that like I'm have to go outside sometimes to like figure things out, to find out information. You know, like not everything I know is because of what I grew up with, but it's because I'm so interested in you know, learning more about my heritage and my community and like just knowing more. So I always have to go outside. And I guess in a way I have felt like dang, maybe I do lack in certain areas because I don't have two parents who are black, and my parents might not be the most interested or understanding of certain topics or wanting to get that deep about certain things. So like I have to go and find that for myself, you know? So I would say like yeah.
That's good.
And yeah, and sometimes you just do feel like dang, like maybe I'm not enough, like, you know, when you are around. But I feel like black people never make me question my blackness though. Like that's always, like I said, something I've done I've excluded myself. But like black people have never been the ones to make me feel like I was less black or nothing.
Yeah.
But white people, they don't look at me like I'm white. Like you can know I'm mixed and they still don't address me as a white girl. You know what I mean? Like, but black people are never gonna be shy to be like, girl, you black. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, like I'm so yeah, and I guess so in a way I'm excluded from that side.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. But like also who you are. I want to acknowledge who you are though. Like you, how do I say this without trying to like, I don't want to target anyone or a specific group.
Yeah.
But I can just speak from my experience, truthfully. You as a light skin, like I felt very comfortable with you. And I think because you actually like being black and I can actually tell and I pick up on it. Yeah. But it's interesting because it's like a lot of my light skin friends that I do know that are white and black, they're not like you actually at all. And it's like I'm happy because like everybody's going through their own self identity, so I'm not gonna bash the next person, but it's just a beautiful thing to see like a white and black person actually being who they are, like proud though. You know what I mean? Like be who you are and own it.
I love that.
Yeah. Own it.
I love that because that's definitely something I've tried to work on because I feel like as a mixed person, like, and I like just hearing other experiences too, like we always try and like hide from like certain things, trying to fit in all the time, like, and it's just like at the end of the day I am white and at the end of the day I am black,
and I love that. And like, I was just about to say that like you are white though, and you are black, so exactly. Either way, like I'm not white, so I don't know how they act, but it's like be who you are. That's
exactly it. Like even for example, like, you know, people will be like, oh, that's white people ish. I don't know if we're swearing. Yeah. But, you know, they'll be like, that's white people stuff. And it's like before I would get so offended. Like I would be like, no, like they can't become white. Like that makes me less black. Like, da, da, da. Now no, that's real. Right now I'm just like, okay, but I am. So I like, my mom will say like, that white people stuff. Exactly. Like that, and that's what it is.
Because I am white, so why would I act like?
Right. But at the end of the day too, I'm so grateful that even though my mom is white, like she tried her best to really get me involved in like my culture. Like
she did.
We were always around my family, my black family. Like I don't know my white side. I don't know any of them.
But that's what I admire.
Yeah.
If you want to be with a black man, you be with a black man 100%. Like
Facts.
Don't try to dump down on who he is because you cannot deny your blackness.
Yes, and we've talked about this because I feel like I remember asking my mom, like, did you ever feel like insecure about being with dad because you are white and he's black? So did you ever feel anyway? And she said that like she felt insecure that she couldn't provide him everything that she knew he could get if he was with a black woman.
Right.
So she tried her best to understand his culture and his side so that she could give that to him, you know? And like she always like braided my hair. She learned how to do my hair, me and my sister's hair. We would always listen to like the music, like the food, like she learned how to cook, all those things. She was always, her best friend is my aunt from my dad's side. So like my aunt was always around, helping her, like everything. So like I feel like I appreciate that about my mom because I can say witnessing other relationships, sometimes a lot of white women are insecure about their man being black, so they try to like play down their blackness, like be like, oh, like, you know, we're all the same. We're all the same. Why do we need to talk about that right now though? Like, you know, we're like just trying like they get defensive, and it's like you don't need to get defensive about that. He is black and you are white, right, and you do have certain privileges that he might not have. And
understand that. Stop the fetishizing stuff.
Right.
At one point, it's like you're fetishizing. Do you really like black men, or do you like what they reproduce? I'm sorry, it's the truth. Do you like them though, like 100%, like what they come with, like stereotypical to like life? You might get pulled over with your black man in the car. Now, how are you gonna react?
Right, and the thing is too is it's like they hate to admit that like there is differences, like, and there is a difference, and that is okay. Like you should want to be like, oh yeah, we are different, yeah, and be like, my man is black. You know what? I'm going to do the best that I can to understand that part of him, instead of being like
oblivious,
or trying to like
act like you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, or when conversations are brought up, you get all stiff and act like don't hear it. Avoid certain things. Yeah, and I remember I heard once like a year ago, and this has stuck with me, and it has honestly changed my life. But it was basically saying like, if you hear something that offends you, it's because you know it's true. And it's like, ever since I heard that, like I really like it clicked, because I was like, and even in this instance, like you're getting offended because you know it's true. Right. You're certain things that are brought up, whether that be race, whether that be different challenges, whatever it may be, you get all offended because you know that it's true. And I've seen this happen so many times where it's like I've brought up things and it's like a certain person will get defensive about it because they know that it's true at the end of the day, but they don't want that to be true. And it's the same way as I was just saying, like growing up, or like just in general, when people be like, oh, that's white people stuff, and I would get all offended. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like they, you know, but it's like, it's because I knew it was true, right? And I didn't like that it was the truth. But at some point you have to accept that it's the truth. And then it won't matter anymore. Like when you really just acknowledge things for what they are and just be like, okay, but that is that way, right? Then
you start to live in that truth, like that's just what it is, and that's just what it's gonna be.
Exactly.
Right. That was a great answer, and I think we kind of like both said our own things to every question, which I like. But like this specific episode is really about being a black woman in Massachusetts. Yes. And like I said, this is me and Miss Graham's own perspective as young black women ourselves, and this is not everybody's experience.
Exactly.
This is our specific experience, and we're not talking for any other people in the black community.
No, we just want to make everyone feel safe in opening up about their experiences and feeling like it's okay to accept who you are and start that process.
Right, and I really think we did a really good job with asking and then answering the questions as well. And like, I want you guys to really comment if you can relate to it, or like what topics sit with you the most. Like,
exactly. Give us some feedback. Let us know.
Please let us know.
Please.
And also let us know what you would like to see from us moving forward. But before we close off,
we have a question for you guys. So our question today, and please answer this in the comments or even message us personally if you don't feel like safe enough or comfortable enough to comment this. But our question for you guys is, in what ways do you feel the environment you grew up in has shaped your opinion of Blackness or your opinion of your own Blackness? Because obviously we don't want this to just be a question that is specific to one group, but we want everyone to feel like they can answer this and answer it honestly.
Right.
So yeah,
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all platforms.
Yes.
And you'll be updated on everything. But don't forget to say it louder.
Facts. Every time. No matter what. Speak your truth.
Yep. But without being said, Miss Graham and Miss Lewis are out.
Signing off.
Bye, guys.